always think of this Future story, or Future thing. He met Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen didn't want to give him a picture. So he
I remember really having some Gucci flip-flops on, and I was you know what I mean? I was smashing the bitch at the penthouse, right by the door with my Gucci flip-flops on. This ain't no disrespect, you know what I mean? I really lived that moment and went to the studio. I went right directly to the studio.
You know, he walked in, he had the Gucci flip-flops on or whatever. Just going through beats, played one beat, loaded it up. And I remember the tone of his voice, just when he was like, dirty soda, Spike, Lee, white girl, iced tea, fully loaded, AP. I just made a face, I was like, man, what the fuck?
I didn't know I was gonna do that shit that day, and I was like, man, I just fucked your bitch.
It's some Gucci flip-flop. He just kept going, and I was like, yeah, this shit crazy right here.
This is tough for me.
Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the #1 app worldwide, allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
Larsa Pippen is the second wife of basketball icon Scottie Pippen. Now, Scottie Pippen's legacy doesn't need to be explained. All you have to do is Google Bulls in the 90s and all the information of Scottie Pippen will come up. Well, Larsa is Scottie's second wife. His first wife was named Karen, and he was married to her from 1988 to 1990. He married Larsa Pippen in 1997, and they divorced in 2021. So they had a long marriage. They have a lot of children. She bore 4 of his children, and I do believe Scottie Pippen has like 10 kids. Something to that nature. Although his oldest child passed away, R.I.P. his oldest son. Well, Scottie Pippen and Larsa Pippen had a very public relationship, but there was a lot of controversy on her. She was tied to the Kardashians at one point. That was a point of contention for Preston that he spoke about on the show. He talked about her relationship with Future. She spoke on her relationship with Future. It was at one point that Larsa Pippen started having an affair on Scottie Pippen with Future. And Future actually referenced her in his 2017 song, Rent Money. So you can go back and look at that. Now, she said and was quoted to say, People magazine, that at one point when she was like going through marital problems, Future was the person that she leaned on. But she's more famous to me for her messy relationship with Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. Do you guys remember that? Now, this to me was one of the messiest things I've ever seen. One thing you guys don't know about me is I'm a huge fan of sports documentaries. I will watch hours and hours and hours.
Nah, bro, that's ill, fam. She was grown when this man was a baby. Yo, how is she not a predator, though? That's what I'm saying. How is she not labeled as a predator? And she's out here smashing all these young dudes till this day.
Of sports documentaries, because it's just riveting stories to me. Any kind of sports. Basketball, football, baseball, sports documentary, I love to watch it. So I remember watching a documentary where Scottie Pippen was telling the real. And he was saying he did not like Michael Jordan, not a fan, actually is giving mortal enemy, although we're paired to be a phenomenal team. So for her to be married to him from 1997 to 2021, you are aware of that. So you went after you were married to this man and started a relationship. Wasn't she fiancés with him? Don't get me to lying. A very, very serious relationship with the son of your ex-husband's arch nemesis. That was some revenge if I'd ever seen it. But of course, your actions trickle down to your offspring, lady. That baby went and spilled his life on this Calabasas Confidential. People magazine has him quoted as saying, "I'm glad I'm not dealing with it all so up close," said Preston. "It kind of sucks when your parents are divorced. That's one thing. Then once they start dating, it's another thing. If they get remarried, then it's a bigger thing." So, I mean, there even reference to him saying about her, she's got a new boyfriend again. Like, ma'am, you've got a son that's trying to go to the NBA. It's not even Preston, I don't believe. The other son, they were talking about how they know that he was getting made fun of in the locker room. And you just continue. She's with another baller now. Like, she's been just eating the locker room up. And the NBA specifically, like, ma'am, you didn't even want to go mess with an NFL player? Future was a mess, but you're still just moving like you're trying to get revenge on Scottie Pippen, but you could be really falling in love with these guys. I don't know. Allegedly, he said that there were students at his school that was faking like his friend. They would fake like they were his friend, be talking about him behind his back, making fun of his mother, making fun of the situation at hand. And there's nothing he could do about it. You're parading the guy around, saying it's the love of your life, how good the sex is with him, how it was with Scottie Pippen. Just being completely inappropriate. You know what I mean? Honestly. And I know that she's a woman. She's got needs. I know you're supposed to be like, Chrissy, she should be able to move on with her life and do whatever.
Man, come on, man. This right here is nasty work, man. What about them kids?
See, this is why I always say the people who suffers the most in these situations are always the kids, because the kids are the ones who got to deal with their mother shame. This is why, like I always say, the thing about a bird is this: a bird pass doesn't affect her. A bird pass only affects the people around her, her loved ones, her kids, her husband. That's who gets affected by a woman who is for the streets actions. So Scottie Pippen's son, Preston, seems like he had enough and he's speaking out. So he goes, "My parents got divorced when I was 15, and it was really tough because there was an affair. Kids at school, like my friends, will play music by a rapper that my mom was talking to at the time, and it was just shitty." Damn, bro. Bro, that gotta be tough, bro. Listen, that is traumatizing. That is traumatizing, bro. While a rapper is bragging about smashing your moms in some flip flops. Man, it's just sad, man. He also said, "You will think at that age, when you're going to school, that it is safe and you're dodging the drama at home. People I thought were my friends will make jokes, and there's already so much noise in the house. It was just shitty." And this is what's sad, right? Women like this only cares about themselves. They are only loyal to vibes, to money. They forever want to be in the scene. That's the sad thing about a woman like this, bro. Everybody around her will have to suffer for her actions while she continue to do whole shit, because his mom is just getting started. She's smashing some other new basketball player on some of the new team. Think about that, bro. Your mom is the NBA pass around smut, and she doesn't care about your feelings. It's sad out here, man. It really is.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know. Don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.